Hello and welcome back to the Raising Trailblazer Kids podcast, where we discuss all things parenting while raising our amazing human beings. Welcome back. Today's episode is all about adulting. It's a massive topic, but I really wanted to look into it because, so for me, I feel like when I was 15, I thought to myself, when I'm 18, I'm going to get it. It's going to fall into place. I'm going to understand life. It's all going to make sense. And then I turned 18 and I realized I don't know everything. And I was like, okay, maybe it's when I'm in my mid-20s. When I'm 25, I'm going to get it. Turned 25. I'm now married. We've got our first child and I still don't feel like I know everything. So I'm like, okay, when I get to my 30s, it's going to fall into place. I'm going to get into the swing of it. It's going to make sense. I'm now in my mid-30s. And it still doesn't all make sense to me. And I realized, I don't know if it ever will. I feel like that is the beauty of life, is that each time you get to that new stage, each time you get to that new decade, there's more things to learn. There's more things to develop about yourself. There's more things to understand about you, about life, about God. And correct me if I'm wrong. So if you are like a generation older or a couple generations older, so your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, let me know. Is there a certain point where you just go, it's clicked, I get it, it all makes sense? Or are you continuously on this journey? Because to me, now 32, 33 years in, I can't remember how old I am, but one of those two ages, I'm realizing that it's a process, it's a journey, and it's okay to not know everything. Like, it's okay to not get everything and feel like, because sometimes I look at other people who are maybe in my age bracket, or even sometimes people that are younger than me, and I'm like, they seem to have it all together. They've got their life together. They know what's going on. But even though it might seem like that to me, that might not be the case. And that's okay. We are all learning. We are all growing. And I feel like there's a beauty and there's a power in acknowledging I don't know everything. And I'm okay with that. I'm learning on the job, essentially. There's some times when, especially our eldest daughter, because she's at the stage now where she's reading a lot more and she's looking into things and she loves science. So sometimes she'll come to me with questions that, I won't lie to you, I'm like, I don't know the answer to this, but I have promised myself I will never be a parent to try and pretend. Like, I'm okay with saying to you, I don't know the answer to this. I don't know, but we can look into it together. Let's investigate together. I will give you an example. So last night, Michaela was reading her book and there was a word in there that I've just realised I'm going to admit that I don't know. So don't cuss me in the comments, okay? The word was indignantly. I think I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I didn't know what that meant, genuinely. And instead of pretending like I do, I said, okay, let's stop there a second. Let's Google it. And we found out that it meant like furiously or like showing your emotion. But that's something I didn't know. So I learned something as she was learning something. And I think there's a beauty in that. I think growing up, and it's no fault of any adults or parents around me, but I grew up thinking adults had it all together, that they knew everything, that they had it all together, that they had all the answers. And that is what made me think, when I get to this age, I'm going to know. When I get to this age, I'm going to understand. When I get to this age, it's all going to fall into place and make sense. But that's not the case, because we are all learning. And I don't know if it's just me, but I'm like, I'm a couple decades in, and sometimes I feel like I'm winging it. Sometimes I feel like okay, this will make sense. But that's okay, because we are learning as we go, especially in this parenting thing. We are learning on the job. So my encouragement today is to give yourself grace. It might not all make sense right now. It might not all feel like it's slotted in perfectly into place. It might not all feel like you've got it all together. But give yourself the grace that it's okay. Like I'm on a process, I'm on a journey, and it's a continuous journey. and I'm going to learn what I need to know when I need to know it. And that's the most important thing, is that you're open to the journey, you're open to the learning, and you're open to saying, I don't know the answer to this. And that is okay. So that is my encouragement today. I pray that you have an amazing, amazing day, whatever you do. And I pray that you give yourself grace today.